Hello! This book is called Feathers, Not Just for Flying. It is by Melissa Stewart and illustrated by Sarah S. Brannon. Look at all these different feathers. Feathers, not just for flying. Birds and feathers go together, like trees and leaves, like stars and the sky. All birds have feathers, but no other animals do. Most birds have thousands of feathers, but those feathers aren't all the same. That's because feathers have so many different jobs to do. Here's a feather from a dark-eyed junco, a rosy-faced lovebird, a wood duck, a cardinal, a anhinga, an American bittern, a blue jay, a red-tailed hawk, a swan, and a peacock. Feathers can warm like a blanket. On a cold, damp days, a blue jay stays warm by fluffing up its feathers and trapping a layer of warm air next to its skin. Look at all the different feathers that come on a blue jay. Here's a picture of the blue jay. Or cushion like a pillow. A female wood duck lines her nest with feathers she plucks from her own body. These feathers cushion the duck's eggs and keep them warm. Here's a wood duck in a tree. Feathers can shade out sun like an umbrella. As a hungry tricolored heron wades through the water in search of food, it raises its wings high over its head. The feathers block out reflections from the sky and shade the water. This makes it easier to spot tasty fish and frogs. There's a picture of a heron doing that. Feathers can protect skin like sunscreen. On sunny summer afternoons, red-tailed hawks spend hours soaring through the sky in search of prey. Their thick feathers protect their delicate skin from the sun's harmful rays. There's some red-tailed hawks flying. I often see a red-tailed hawk flying near my house. Feathers can soak up water like a sponge. On sizzling summer days, a male sand goose cools off by soaking his belly feathers in watering hole. Then the proud papa flies to his nest. While Dad guards his chicks, the little ones suck on the feathers to quench their thirst. Feathers can clean up messes like a scrub brush. An American bittern always cleans up after it eats. Its feathers have brittle tips that crumble into a dusty powder. The powder is perfect for scouring away the dirt and slimy fish oil that sticks to its feathers. Feathers can distract attackers like a bullfighter's cape. A dark-eyed junco distracts its enemies by flashing the bright white feathers on the outside of its tail. Then it quickly covers the feathers and darts off in another direction. Feathers can hide birds from predators like camouflage clothing. A female cardinal's dull grayish-tan body and feathers blend in with her forest home. They help hide her and protect the nest from enemies while she sits on her eggs. Male cardinals are bright red, but female cardinals are sort of a dullish gray-tan. Feathers can make high-pitched sounds like a whistle. When a male cub-winged mannequin wants to get a female's attention, he leans forward, raises his wings over his back, and rapidly shakes them. As feathers with ridges rub against feathers with stiff, curved tips, a squeaky, chirpy sound trills through the air. Feathers can attract attention like fancy jewelry. A peacock's bright, beautiful tail feathers make him easy to spot. At mating time, a female is attracted to the male with the biggest, most colorful fan of feathers. Have you ever seen a peacock? Yeah, they don't live here naturally around Ithaca, but Sometimes you can see them in special places like wildlife preserves. Feathers can dig holes like a backhoe. After bank swallows mate, they make a home together. First, the male uses his bill and the tough feathers on his lower legs to dig a 2-foot-long tunnel in a stream bank. He pushes the dirt out with his wings. Then the female builds a nest of straw, grass, and leaves at the end of the tunnel. Feathers can carry building supplies like a forklift. Most birds carry nesting materials in their beaks, but not the female rose-faced lovebird. When she finds grass, leaves, or strips of bark, she tucks them under her rump feathers and flies back to her nest. Feathers can help birds float like a life jacket. Mute swans glide smoothly across the water's surface. Pockets of air trapped between their feathers help these graceful birds stay afloat. Feathers can help birds plunge downward like a fishing sinker. Most birds make a special oil to waterproof their feathers, but not the anhinga. The weight of its wet feathers helps the hungry hunter dive deep down in search of fish, crayfish, and shrimp. Feathers can glide like a sled. Emperor penguins have tightly packed belly feathers that form thick, slick surfaces. The feathers make it easy for these birds to slide across snow and ice. Feathers can help birds sprint across the snow like snowshoes. Each autumn, willow ptarmigans grow a thick layer of feathers on top of their toes. Like snowshoes, the feathers increase the size of the bird's feet so they can shuffle across the snow instead of sinking in. But most of all, feathers can give birds the lift they need to race across the sky. Kinds of feathers. Many scientists study birds, and they are learning new information every day. Right now, not all scientists agree about the best ways to classify types of feathers. Here is one system that many scientists use. Tiny phyloplume feathers are attached to nerves. They help birds sense the surroundings, and they let the bird know that its feathers are in place. Stiff bristle feathers around a bird's eye act like eyelashes. Some birds use bristle feathers around their mouth to locate food. Soft, fluffy down feathers keep a bird warm by trapping body heat next to the skin. Semi-plume feathers work with down feathers to keep birds warm and dry. Contour feathers cover most of a bird's body. They give a bird its shape and colors. The flight feathers on a bird's wings lift up and move it forward. Flight feathers on the tail help a bird steer and keep its balance. Hint. Hope you enjoyed that book. Have you ever found a feather when you were walking outside? I always find that to be a really special moment. Bye.